YouTube, what's the deal, guys? It's your boy Bird Noseball coming at you with another vid. Guys, this is an NBA video right off the bat. Guys, I got two teams that I think is going to boom next season, and I got two teams that I think is going to bust next season.
What do you mean by that?
And no pause on that, right, guys? So, two teams that I think are going to really do good. Some sleeper teams, in my opinion, I guess you could say, yeah, sleeper teams. And then I got two teams that I think aren't going to do as good. But, guys, let's get straight into this video. My sleeper team going into next season, one of the two that I have, guys, is the Miami Heat. And now, guys, walk with me on this one. Walk with me on this one, right? They still got Jimmy Butler. We know what he's going to do, right? We still got Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez going into a second year. Bam Adebayo, who has been playing very, very good, and especially in the Olympics. Obviously, he's been dominating defensively, and he was shooting the three ball a little bit better, right? And then you had Khalil Ware, who's a 7-footer coming out of the University of Indiana. Guys, I think this team has a lot of potential. Now, the reason I say this, too, also, as we know, Tyler Hero was battling through injuries and stuff like that. And Tyler Hero was a very good player for the Miami Heat. Very good player for the Miami Heat, right? Only played 42 games last year, so obviously that kind of affects how good they do. Moving back to Bam Adebayo. We've seen in the Olympics, he was shooting the three ball a little bit more, right? Last year, he was at 35% from the three-point line. So, guys, I think that if Bam can stay around that range and kind of shoot the three ball around the 30%, 35%, I think the Miami Heat will be good next year, right? And I know you're going to look at the sample size of Bam shooting threes and his 35%. I think he took less than 1 3 a game, if I'm not mistaken, last year. So I know the sample size isn't there, but still shooting 35% as a big man is very good. Now, another thing, too, is the thing I'm very, very excited for, right? As we see in the Olympics also, Bam Adebayo was playing the 4 with Anthony Davis playing the 5, or whatever you want to say it, flip-flop, whatever. And I will say this, I think I'm a firm believer that Bam Adebayo would play better at the 4, right? He can come over, block shots, get more rebounds, doesn't have to do center duties, I guess you can say, right? They go out and get Khalil Ware, who is a very, very good 7-footer, in my opinion, can block shots, obviously rebound, stuff like that, and can score. It's just going to take some, obviously, adjusting to the league and stuff like that. But now, guys, the starting lineup can be very, very good, right? Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Khalil Ware. Guys, that's a good squad in my opinion, right? And we know how Jimmy Butler gets in the playoffs. Guys, this team can be the 5th seed, the 6th seed next year. Obviously, they were in the play-in last year. Guys, like I said, I think the sky's the limit for this team, right? Especially with the potential starting 5 if you want to put Jaime Jaquez off the bench. Obviously, Kevin Love coming off the bench too. So, guys, I think the first team that I think is going to boom next year is the Miami Heat. My second team, I also have been saying that I think they're going to do good next year, is the Orlando Magic. Guys, before I get to what I'm going to say, the number one reason I think this is because Paolo Banchero. Paolo Banchero is going into his 3rd year. No one is talking about him enough. He's one of my favorite players, one of my up-and-coming favorite players, guys. Obviously, last year he's obviously improved every single year, but last year has improved his points per game, his assist, and his three-point percentage. And, guys, I know what you guys are going to say. His three-point percentage was pretty bad. The times that you guys probably have seen it, all the people making fun of him on social media and stuff like that. But, guys, he's improved on points per game, assist, and his three-point percentage in year 3, which is very, very good. And I think he's going to keep improving because I think he has the work ethic. And I think just being the guy in Orlando, because I think he is the guy, most people would agree with me. Being the guy in Orlando, he's just going to keep getting better, and better, right? Last year also, going into the playoffs, him, France, Jalen Suggs, right? All these guys are very young and good. Getting into the playoffs and playing the Cavs, pushing it to Game 7 in the first round, I think is very good. Obviously, these guys need the experience going into the playoffs and being in the playoffs for last year, obviously, I guess. But, I mean, losing in the first round is a learning experience, learning curve. Obviously, other side had Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. I'm sorry. I don't know why I forgot that, right? But I think just having that experience goes a long way. And, guys, reason number 3 or 2, I don't know which one it is, adding someone like KCP, guys. This is one of my favorite moves in the entire offseason for the simple fact you add someone that's a 3-and-D type of guy, shooting 40% for, I think, 3 years straight now. Guys, this is a very good pickup for me. adding someone with championship pedigree and being a two-time champion, a veteran to this squad that's young. He can teach these guys a lot of things, right? He can teach Jalen Suggs some things, Paolo France, and I'm very excited to see how Jalen Suggs looks with a veteran like KCP, because I feel like I feel like Jalen Suggs is kind of a 3-and-D type of guy, and I think he can learn a lot from a two-time champion like KCP and stuff like that. Now, guys, those are my sleeper teams going into next season. Now, for the other side, it's not going to be so sunshine and rainbows. It's going to be a little bit gloomy. Number one team that I think is going to do bad or kind of go on a decline a little bit, the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, guys, you guys might say, whoa, they still got Kawhi. They still got James Harden. They added Derrick Jones Jr., right? I understand that completely. But they lost PG, and I don't know what you want to say about PG, his playoff drop-off and stuff like that. I understand that. Injury-prone. I understand that completely. But we're not going to sit up here and act like last playoff run that they had, right, that PG wasn't their best player, because PG was definitely the Clippers' best player last year in the playoffs, right? So losing PG is going to affect them. Now, speaking of the playoffs, Kawhi Leonard, we know how good Kawhi Leonard is, a good two-way player, right? Everything you can imagine, Kawhi is going to give it to you, right? Pause on that. But, guys, we got to remember, Kawhi was being compared to being the best two-way player since Michael Jordan, guys. But obviously Kawhi Leonard has not played in the playoffs for back-to-back years now. Or I think he's played 2 games last year in the playoffs and 2 years ago. But still, guys, I'm going to count it as not playing because obviously the knee inflation and the knee injuries and stuff like that. So, guys, I think Kawhi being not healthy or not being healthy in the playoffs is going to affect them, right? I don't think they're going to get to the playoffs, but I think this team is one Kawhi injury away from being a very, very bad team. Now, you guys might be shocked by that, but I firmly believe this team's going to go as far as Kawhi takes them, right? So, guys, the Clippers are one Kawhi injury away from being a very, very bad team in the West, guys, because not only I don't think the construction of the team is good, but also all the other teams in the West are starting to get better, right? I mean, you look at OKC, you look at the Dallas Mavericks, right? You look at what's another team? The Timberwolves, right? Guys, these teams are getting better and better, and the next team I'm about to say is gonna hurt a lot of people, and you guys might say I might not know ball, but guys, the second team on this list that I think is going to decline a little bit, or yeah, I guess you could say decline a little bit, I think is going to be the Denver Nuggets, guys. And wait, before you click off the video, just wait. Give me 1 second. I think the Denver Nuggets are going to decline. Now, one of the last points I had said about the Clippers was everyone around them is starting to get better, right? OKC, Timberwolves. What's another one I just said? I mean, the Pelicans are starting to get better, right? The Kings are starting to get better. They added some help, right? So, guys, I think the Nuggets haven't done enough in the offseason to kind of get me excited. I know they signed Russ and stuff like that. But, guys, 2 years ago, they lost Bruce Brown to the Pacers, right? Last year, or this year, I guess you'd say, they lost KCP. They're losing valuable championship pieces, right? And I understand. They still got Jamal Murray, Jokic, the best big men in the world right now, right? They still got Aaron Gordon. They still got MPJ. I understand that they still got kind of their core. But, guys, for me, they haven't done enough. And we're not going to sit up here and act like for a few weeks, right, the Denver Nuggets weren't playing the best basketball. They had to scratch and claw to get the number 2 seed, right? And KCP has come out and said it, that they thought they were going to lose to the Lakers because obviously clawing and kind of just trying to win more games at the end of the season to get the number 2 seed got them a little bit tired, right? So I think if they start to slip a little bit, I think all the other teams, the Mavs, Oklahoma City Thunder, Timberwolves, I think they can be good. And guys, they're up-and-coming teams. They've added pieces. They're very exciting to watch. And I think the Denver Nuggets are just going to slowly decline, especially if they start off bad, right? Or they hit a little bump in the road right in the middle of the season. So that's one of the reasons. And, guys, I know you're going to say they still got Jokic, one of the best big men in the league, right? But I don't think it's going to be enough, especially like I said, with the teams that are starting to elevate, getting better, and not adding a lot in the offseason kind of rubbed me the wrong way because, like I said, all the other teams are starting to get better. I wouldn't necessarily say it's about the Denver Nuggets getting worse. I think it's about the other teams around them starting to get better. So that's why I think the Denver Nuggets are going to go on a little bit of a decline. I don't think they're going to be terrible. But yes, guys, those are my four teams, I guess you can say. Two teams, the sleeper teams, Miami Heat, Orlando Magic, and the other two teams that I think are going to decline are the Los Angeles Clippers and the Denver Nuggets. But guys, let me know what you guys think. Like always, I appreciate you guys so much for viewing my content, liking it, hate comments, whatever it may be, guys, viewing it. Guys, I really do appreciate it, but it's been your boy. Peace.